Assalamu alaikum and peace be upon you. My name is Safiya and this is my hijab story. So I mentioned in my first video that I started to don the hijab to help me do things that were pleasing to Allah and help me stay away from what was displeasing to Him, along with showing my devotion and submission to Allah. And it was during Ramadan of 2021 when I was in the spiritual high. I was going through this faith revival of Islam. And I was feeling this sweetness and peace in my heart that I've never felt before. And there is a verse in the Quran that goes, "Those who have faith and whose hearts find peace in the remembrance of God, truly it is in the remembrance of God that hearts find peace." This is from chapter 13, verse 28. And the verse really resonates with me because I've truly never felt such peace before in my heart. And Alhamdulillah, I've not had that unsettled feeling that I used to have before I went through that faith revival. So at first, I just wanted to just dress more modestly, only wear loose-fitting clothes, long sleeves. But I knew that if I didn't start to wear the hijab at that point, at the point I was in my spiritual high, I might have never started to wear it. I don't know where life would take me, So I went for it, Alhamdulillah. And I knew it in myself that if I didn't start wearing the hijab, I'd be more easily tempted to go back to my old ways, some things that I may have done. And well, that's in the past, inshallah. Allah will protect me from going back, from doing that again. But so I don't believe that the hijab is foolproof, but I believe that it really does help. And I knew that the state of a person is not idle. Our hearts turn. And sometimes we have moments where we deviate towards more worldly desires. And yes, that's perfectly human. And I knew that the hijab would give me protection when I'm in one of those moments. And so far, Alhamdulillah, I can truly say that it has helped protect me from straying too far, Alhamdulillah. And at first, I was actually really nervous about what people might think, and I watched so many hijab stories, and I don't know if anyone who's listening to this can relate, but who decide to wear the hijab, they can relate. But I watched so many hijab stories, and the video that helped me most was by Samantha J. Boyle, and the video was "Nervous About Wearing the Hijab," and I'll link it down below, inshallah. And it addressed pretty much all my concerns about starting to wear the hijab in a non-Muslim country, because I'm currently studying in Scotland. Especially when she mentioned that if trying to apply for work and they don't want to hire you because you're wearing the hijab, maybe that's not really a place you want to be working at anyway. It instantly raises a red flag for you. And another video that I came across, well, this was actually after I started to wear the hijab, but I really enjoyed watching it. And I love listening to different perspectives. And this is from the Sister Allen, and her YouTube channel is called An Aussie Convert, and the video is titled "Why Did I Choose to Wear the Hijab?" And I'll link it down below as well, inshallah. So, coming from a Christian background, she relates how the hijab helps her abide by the 10 Commandments, which I thought was really interesting. Highly recommend. And like I mentioned before, I was scared that if I didn't start to wear the hijab then when I was at the spiritual high, I might never go through that same journey that brought my faith, my iman, to a level that, it's never been before in my life. And Alhamdulillah, I'm so glad that I went for it. And while waiting for my order of hijabs to come through, I went outside with the pashmina that I had in my closet. And yes, it was a beautiful spring day. And that's a little snippet for my first video. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. So if you're thinking about wearing the hijab, do it. Place your trust in Allah, and have faith that your Creator knows best what He prescribes to His creation. He's the all-knowing, all-wise. And it may be scary and daunting at first, but inshallah, it'll become a norm for you. I myself, I never thought I'd wear the hijab here, but now I just can't imagine stepping outside without it on. And just one more thing I thought I'd add one or two. We'll see how this goes. But I was asked by more than one friend, what I thought about Muslim women who don't wear the hijab now that I have started to wear the hijab. And at first, I didn't really get the question. I was like, oh, what do you mean? Because, I myself only started to wear it not too long ago. And yeah, I don't really think of them any differently from before I wore the hijab, because I was quote unquote one of them before. I believe that we're all on our journey in this life to Allah SWT. And even though I think that the hijab is important, I believe that's what is in the heart is far more important. And there's a hadith that goes, "Verily, in the body is a piece of flesh, which if sound, the entire body is sound, and if corrupt, the entire body is corrupt. Truly, it is the heart." And yeah, I do believe that how a person acts and talks is far more reflective of the state of their heart. And wherever we may be in this journey of life, I pray that Allah SWT will ease our paths towards Him. Ameen. Because we all belong to God, and to Him is our return. And until next time, take care. Assalamu alaikum, and peace be upon you.